Hey, good morning, kiddos. Wednesday. We are, it's a nice day out there. It's supposed to get a little colder in the next couple of days, so get out and have some fun. We continue to get our work done here at home, and then getting little projects done and plenty of exercise and things like that. One thing, this teacher needs a haircut. Look at that. That's crazy. So I might have to give myself a haircut. That'll be interesting. Anyway, so yesterday, I think the going back and forth from documents is pretty complicated. Remember, the work you're doing, I don't know how to give you access to go back to your document. So the work you're doing to build this claim, and then your three pieces of evidence, and then your reasoning portion, that has to be done on the document from Monday. And you don't have to go to Monday's post for that. You can go to your Google Drive and you should be able to click on that document and open it up right away. I believe it's a construction explanation template. Okay. Or CER or Rockets. It'll say Rockets, something like that. But anyway, you go to that document and that's what you're working on. I'm going to retrace a little bit today. So I'm going to back up as a reminder. I got a couple of emails. The kids are saying, like, the video wouldn't open or couldn't do this. So we'll check that out. We're going to take a look again today. And then your goal today will be to go ahead and write the claim, evidence, and reasoning as a paragraph, a fluid paragraph. And it's just like you learned when you were in younger grades, where you have an introductory sentence, you have body, sentences essentially, and then you have a concluding sentence of a paragraph. Well, your introductory sentence is your claim, your body sentences are your pieces of evidence, and then your concluding sentence is your reasoning portion. Okay, so let me toggle out of this screen and go to where I want to be. So here's the template. This is one we've been working on. How many fins best stabilize the rocket? 3 fins. That was our claim, or our question rather. 3 fins best stabilize the rocket is the claim I decided to make on mine. Now this is evidence I stole from one of you. I won't say who, but I didn't want to show anybody's particular document. So I just took I've got 3 pieces of good evidence here. I will tell you that a couple of people took their evidence, and they actually had a website listed, and they had the stuff in quotes, so I knew what they got from a website where, and that's really something we would move forward with if we were at school. But at home, as long as you're putting something down that you found that's reasonable evidence. All right, so now on to the scientific principle part. Yesterday you were supposed to go to this document and pick one of these big ideas that fits this. And when you think about what you're doing here, you're really just putting my evidence supports my claim because, and then for now, your reasoning is an explanation, a brief explanation of how your evidence makes your claim true. And so the one I'm going to pick here, I'm going to go with the dynamic friction always acts on an object against the direction in which the object moves. So that's my goal, is to go over here, dynamic friction how close did I get? And friction is not against the direction. All right, well that's fine. Maybe we should get rid of want, right? All right, dynamic friction always acts. That's good enough. All right, so I've got a big scientific principle, which I actually supplied you with a list of. And I've entered that in here in this box, and that's all I need to do for that box. Now, some kids really want to explain more. And I could add in here something else. Like, again, if I go up here and I just kind of I wonder if I can do that. I can tap that down. Here's what I've got so far for that conclusion, that last part of my paragraph. My evidence supports my claim because, and I could say, you know, if I go up to the evidence that this kiddo provided, we got 3D building around, low drag, stability, and orientation. All right. My evidence supports my claim because low drag, stability. So see how I'm kind of putting those together? And orientation will provide best flight for my rocket. And I always like to have some sort of segue into the scientific principle that I have listed here at the bottom. And it is known in science that, and then I'm going to get rid of the capital D because now that dynamic friction always acts on an object in the opposite way. So this is meant to be a brief little explanation. I'm not asking too much. Right now we have the claim, the question, the claim, 3 boxes of evidence, and then you're putting this together. Your job today is to take all 3 parts, and in the back, you're putting them together as a paragraph. All right? So 3 fins best stabilize a rocket. That would be your initial sentence. And then I can start listing evidence. 3 fins are needed when building a rocket because it causes low drag, right? So then I can start adding that in. As soon as I learn how to get this thing to stop moving around. Oh. Alright, so there's a piece of evidence. So then I'm just going to list my evidence. Once I'm done listing my evidence, the last part of that paragraph will be my evidence supports my claim because low drag stability and so forth. And so I'm putting it down there. So it's important that you're watching these video explanations. Again, you're making sure you have all these boxes completed well, and then you're putting your claim, your 3 pieces of evidence, and then your reasoning portion all together as a paragraph on this explanation page. I will be assessing you on your ability to construct an explanation. We're not worried about the design portion right now. It's just I can design a solution and problem solve is Newton's third law, which is equal and opposite reaction. That's essentially what we're doing with the paper rocket. And then I will give you a level, and then I will type in some feedback here on the assessment feedback. This will be attached tomorrow to your document. So we'll take and do that tomorrow. The other thing I want you to know for today, I think that's where we're at, and you'll have your slideshow and such in a little bit here to look at, is I'm going to start to work with Khan Academy and give you some, I think you've done this in math a little bit maybe or other classes, and give you some things to work through with Khan Academy because they have a ton on Newton's laws and forces in motion and physics, and I think it'd be beneficial for us to do things like that. Okay. I think that is everything we need for today, guys. Let me switch over here. There we go. Enjoy your Wednesday. It's a nice day. It's supposed to cool off tomorrow. Get out, do something. We are going to have some new stuff coming from Gold House, for you next week. Some celebratory things, some celebrations. And the other thing I'd add is if you're a STEAM team kiddo and you are doing a 3D printing stuff at all, you got to make sure you email me when your projects are done so I can go ahead and take care of those. Okay. Enjoy your Wednesday, and I'll be on board tomorrow. Take care, guys.